Alrighty, welcome back everyone for another video. December 31st today, just sneaking this one in before you go out for your New Year's Eve party. I am sure this will be my most watched video of the year for sure. Well, actually, who knows? Who knows? I think if you actually skip past the talking part, go right to the music, I suggest putting that on at your New Year's Eve party. And who knows, maybe I'll get a bunch more subscribers, just people being like, what is that bopping song in the background? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, as the title suggests, today we got a Zone 6 workout. Right now, as you can see, I'm ripping through the first set of 20s at 2 times the speed. Mess that first one up a little bit as I'm trying to get the right resistance level on the Ceres. First couple intervals just take some time to figure out which gear and resistance level combo I need to kind of feel comfortable and being at the right cadence that I want to be at, or that feels right. But yeah, we'll skip through here at 2 times the speed. I'll give you a little talk and then we'll go in real time to the second set in the 10-minute that you see there on the end. So the workout was 9 times 20 seconds hard on 1 minute easy. Come around and do that same thing again. So 9 times 20 on, 1 minute off. And then after that last 1 minute recovery, it's straight into a 10-minute threshold effort where I was aiming for anywhere between 335 and 340 watts. And the reason that I'm doing a Zone 6 workout right now, I mentioned in a couple videos ago kind of where I was at with this. But yeah, I stopped doing any Zone 6 work. My last one was October 29th. Last Zone 6 workout was October 29th, and that was because I was getting a flare-up in my labrum in my right hip. And I was finding that when I was doing kind of big power efforts out of the saddle, that was really putting a lot of stress on the hip. And so I stopped doing those workouts altogether. Now it's been about 2 months since then. And what I've been finding is that while the Zone 3 and 4 work is starting to feel really strong, and it is feeling really strong, the last few workouts I've noticed that the VO2 work and even the low end VO2 work, so really anything above 400 watts, it's feeling overly difficult. And what I think is happening is that essentially as the ceiling is coming down, those other zones are now operating at a higher relative percentage. And, you know, as I said, they are feeling really strong, but I think if this continues on forever, then what might end up happening is that Zone 4 might actually even start feeling hard, and I do not want that. So this is why I do think it's important to have a pretty balanced approach to your training, kind of where you're, working a little bit of everything. Right now, I definitely am in a phase, where I'm just trying to get back to fitness, where I am truly working everything. And this will change as we go into 2025 and we get into more focused blocks where it's working one thing, take a recovery week, work another thing, take a recovery week, etc. But even then, I think it is important to kind of still, even if, say, VO2 is the focus of that block, I still think it's important to kind of incorporate a little bit of everything. A lot of times people usually think of things as being like aerobic or anaerobic, and we also have the phosphocreatine, but if we just think aerobic and anaerobic, a lot of times people just think they're these two completely separate systems, and the interval's either aerobic or it's anaerobic, one of the two. But the reality is if you look at the exercise physiology, all the systems are really working together, and the byproducts of each are fueling one another. So I do think it is important to have a balanced approach through your training, even if you're focusing primarily on one thing, just sprinkling in a little bit of another. And in my case, as I said, I do find that because I haven't done Zone 6 work in a while, the VO2 work is starting to feel hard, and if that feels hard, eventually the threshold's going to feel hard. And so I do think there's a trickle-down effect to things that I'm seeing. So yeah, one, I wanted to do some Zone 6 work just to try to push that ceiling a little bit higher. The second kind of component of this workout, and it was a good workout, let me just say, it was a good workout. So I averaged, for the 18, 20-second intervals, I averaged 513 watts, solid. As you can see, 480 was the goal, so 513, good. Coach is happy. The recoveries were done at 231 watts, and then the 10-minute interval straight afterwards was done at 345 watts. Also, good. The thing with the workout, though, I will say my only kind of criticism is that it was great in that, yes, we did get to spend 6 minutes above 500, which is beautiful. But the second kind of goal, and this is the problem sometimes when you have too many goals within a workout, but the second kind of goal was I was wanting to do that 10-minute threshold interval on kind of a depleted system. So I wanted to deplete W prime and then go in to make that a truly aerobic effort, as aerobic as I can make it, essentially. But what I was finding was that the 1 minute recoveries were so long that essentially I wasn't really actually depleting over the course. There was no degradation over the course of the 9 in the interval and the 18 total. There was no degradation. In fact, actually the last of the sets were in both sets the best ones. And so I think what was happening was the 1 minute was long enough that it was actually enough to basically replenish and recharge that W prime back up to close to 100%. And so I was able to basically hit it hard again. And so I think what needed to happen was the 1 minute needed to be pushed maybe down to like 50 seconds or something, 45 seconds. And then we would have seen this kind of step down progression. So essentially what I mean is it shouldn't be like a negative split here if that was the goal, to deplete W prime over the course and then go into the 10. What you should have seen, instead of seeing progressively higher powers, what you should have seen is interval 1 should have been 550 or something like that, and then 540, 530, 520, and then 480, and then you're barely hanging on, and then you hit the 10-minute interval. Instead, this time, if we think about it like a battery, essentially what was happening is I'm at 100%, I drop it down to 90% over that 20-second interval, but the 1 minute was long enough, and it's under critical power, and being long enough that it was bumped right back up to 100% or close to. So it was like 190, 190, 190. So I don't think I was really depleted going into that 10-minute interval. But nonetheless, as I said, the numbers were all great. Next time I will cut that recovery down a little bit, and then it will be a really hard workout. But yeah, until then, enjoy watching. Happy New Year's, and I'll catch you next time.
Living in a state of dreams, built out of happy memories. Take my hand and see how it feels to living free. Nothing here is like it seems. The band just playing hide and seek, but you feel levitated. Come and take it. Come with me now, right through these clouds, and you will see your mind could be free.
1, 2, 3, 4. Dancing and laughing department. So today we are going to demonstrate some of the aerobic combined with laughing and dancing. Your body and mind. So if they say dancing is an aerobic exercise, laughing is also like an aerobic exercise. So if you combine both, it's double aerobic. So we have developed some simple steps which everybody can do. In fact, under the guidance of a leader, these steps can be combined with ho-ho, ha-ha, some dancing step, and we have mixed up with some kind of Bollywood dancing movement. Now, laughter professors from all over the world are joining and dancing. Ho, 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 ho. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now third step we have is just move your hands like a
good. Legs were great all day. That's it for 2024. 25, better watch out, because I'm coming. You don't have to look that close, you can... It's pretty obvious. It's trembling. It's freaked out. It sees a tank on the way.